don't know. Does it look like it's on here? So we had I have to read. Welcome everyone who's there. It's my usual minion, my usual crowd of about 10. And it's nice to see you on this Thursday, our final meditation of the week. I just kind of went through what we've been dealing with this week, and that is the way we see ourselves. It is our own perception versus the perception of people outside. Do we have the right to put what we think of ourselves on other people and think that they're thinking of us? But what I wanted to kind of put in your minds today is this idea of what we're doing, this concept of the way we see ourselves, what's happening in our minds, the things we think about. That's our emet, that's our truth. And even if we have about ourselves that are these negative rumors, that are these negative ideas, the fact is that is a part of our truth, because that's what's in our heart, that's what's in our mind. And part of what we're trying to do in our meditation is to bring love to that. And it's a different kind of love. It's not ahava, which is like I love a person or I like something. Ani ohev et ze, I love it. Chesed is loving kindness. Chesed is like deep in your heart. You're pouring out this kindness or this love filled with kindness. And it's what we do when our mind wanders, right? We bring ourselves with chesed. We take that truth of what we're thinking about, we bring kindness to it, and we bring that back. Emet and chesed, two incredibly important concepts in the mindfulness, Jewish mindfulness meditation. Emet is the thoughts. That's the truth of what's happening. Chesed is what we do with that truth, and that we treat ourselves with loving kindness. That helps us to overcome those truths that may actually not be as true as we originally thought. So it's our last day to think about our perception of ourselves, how we see ourselves, how we think other people see us, and do those things match up? I think I dare to say that some of the things I think we think about ourselves might match up to the way other people see us, but I also think that there are secrets that only we know about ourselves. And I don't mean that in any kind of clandestine way, but just kind of ways that we think about ourselves, that we're the only ones that think that. And it's hard to imagine that we might be the only ones to think it, because it might be so strong inside of our heads. But again, our thoughts, the ideas we have about ourselves, those aren't necessarily true. And perhaps those negative thoughts that we have is not all of us. That's not all of who we are. So those are just some ideas to think about as we finish up this week, this Shlach Lecha week. The idea of our perception, other people's perceptions, matching those things up, and our actions meeting what we feel on the inside. And this only happens through reflection and noticing and paying attention and being kind to ourselves. So hopefully we can continue to do that as we continue on with our meditation. And today is our last one in our preparation for Shabbat. And so in preparing for Shabbat, we're going to ask that we feel joyous and we feel whole. Wholeness is very difficult to accomplish, but that's our pursuit. Our pursuit is wholeness. Our pursuit is joy for Shabbat. Difficult at this time of the world, but certainly we need to still continue to find joy and love in everything that happens in our lives so that we're not consumed by the difficulties that we're facing, the obstacles that are in front of us. So let's get ourselves into a nice position so that we can relax into our meditation. Remember, we're just breathing normally. If you need to take that bigger breath in a natural way, then by all means do it. And I don't like to set a lot of rules, but most of the stuff I'm remember, we're not trying to fix things right now or change things, or we're just observing where we are to be as they are for now. As your mind takes you away from trying to concentrate on your breath, because that's all we're trying to do is just be in the now, concentrate on our breathing, feel our breathing in our body, and our mind will inevitably take us away, just in chesed, and love, and kindness. Bring yourself back to your breath, and just allow your body to be. As we approach the end of our session, let us offer feelings. I invite you to say to yourself aloud or to yourself, may I feel joyous. May I feel whole. May I feel joyous. May I feel whole. May I feel joyous and whole. And with each breath, you can offer yourself this joyousness or wholeness. May I feel the joy of Shabbat, the joy of my life, the joy of the people I get to spend it with. And may I feel whole. May I feel as if my insides and my outsides match. May I feel as if I understand who I am. A wholeness that makes me feel that I have a purpose. May I feel joyous. May I feel whole. And on each breath, offer this feeling to yourself. May I feel whole. May I feel joyous. May I feel joyous and whole. May I feel joyous. May I feel whole. May I feel joyous. May I feel whole. And in our last minute together, let's just return ourselves to our breath. Just be. Feel your breath coming in and going out. Thank you for joining me this week. Start again on Monday. Have a peaceful Shabbat, and may you feel joyous, and may you feel whole. Have a delightful evening, and we'll see you on Monday.